This is the Wissota S8B. It's an older model from the 70s. I want to show the radius of curvature, radius of hollow, how you set it up on the machine. This has got an 8-inch disc on here. It's ground down some. The swing arm on this machine's got a notch on the side. Very distinctive. The more modern unit's the 911. They both use the same diamond that goes in here. There's a pivot on here. You can put the shoulder bolt in the tapped hole here or on here on this adjustable plate that goes with this knob here. This knob turns the this piece back and forth. You can also go ahead and put this shoulder bolt in a couple different places. And what I discovered on this is a used unit, is that it came with this bolt, this washer that was in here, and it had a lot of slop in here. And I found out by taking that out that this shoulder bolt has got a shoulder on it, exactly what this thickness is, and now it's got a nice smooth action and doesn't have a lot of play. But when the unit came in, it had this washer in here. Took the washer out, and now it's just impeccable. So thought it was screwed up, but it's not. So if you go in here, you've got a shoulder bolt. You can back this out. I was having to go ahead and adjust this just so it was absolutely correct. So here you can move this in and out. And this line here, wherever this pivot is, that's where the diamond tends to pivot. So if you take, put up something as perpendicular, wherever that pivot is here, and wherever the head of the diamond is here, that's the radius of hollow. So you take where the shoulder bolt is, project a line over here on the disc, then you measure from there to the tip. So if you want a 1/2 inch radius of hollow, the diamond needs to be like right here. And that's what method I've discovered on how to use this unit. So as you grind down the disc, you've got to go ahead and move this closer. And you can move it with this. So you turn this knob and you're moving this piece in, it moves the pivot. You've got 3 different positions. You can have it in the bolt that's here, or you can have it in the shoulder bolt here. There's a shoulder on this, and so it can go like this, or it can go like this, or you can put the bolt out and have it inner and the outer to go all the way in, or you can have it like this. So I'm going to put this right in here. So when I do this, if you look where this is, it's projected right here. That's going to be way into here. You're not going to be able to get a 1/2 inch radius of hollow because the diamond would have to be 1/2 inch away. So what you do is look where the disc is. You really want to have it somewhere like that, to where it's close to the edge. It's kind of a rule of thumb. So you're going to be moving this into one of these closer positions as you use the disc up. And again, I took the washer out of here. I don't know if that's just stock or somebody put that in there. Once you tighten this up, it's snug, and it's got very little play in here. This goes in like this, and then this has got a 3/32. I marked that down just for my own clarity. So if I want to just randomly put this on here with the diamond, this diamond is on this tip here. Here's a brand new one from Wissota. And the 911's got a different bail on it. When I say bail, it has a much easier to use, and you can use a scale on here. You take where the pivot point is, that's for the 911. And it has a little decal you can put on it. And I'm not sure if you can put a decal on this because of the way it is. That's just a gasket. So anyways, I'm going to go through and just right now, just figure out roughly what the radius of curvature is. If I go through here and look where the pivot point is, I've got that about right here on the disc, that if I wanted a 1/2 inch, I would go through. See how close I got this eyeball on it. It's just about right on the money. So that would be a 1/2 inch radius of hollow. But see, I'm not cutting anything. So what I got to do is I got to move this in. So when you move this knob in, you're going to go off and touch the disc. So again, if I went ahead and projected, let me get this out of here, where this line is, it's about here, and it's orbiting about that point. So if I kick this on, I got the top off, which is just a mess. So that's cutting actually the radius of hollow on there. Turn that off. Again, the B unit got a cover that looks like this. I'll put a couple of these on here. I had that off just to show. The B unit's older unit's got a slot here in the side. You can't adjust the radius of hollow what you want to. It's just a little bit more not as straightforward to figure it out, but you may just want to use the same radius of hollow and just stick with it. I'm going to back this out. Make sure you always know where the diamond is so you don't hit the diamond too hard and knock the diamond off. So always be aware where the diamond is with respect on any tabletop machine. So you're adjusting this knob to move this in. So as you cut skates, you're going to go through and move this. But since I got this set up here, this pivot point to the diamond is fixed. So as I move this in, you don't have to readjust this. If you leave this in the same place on here, if you just set up and projected this bolt through here, that's a 1/2 inch. You could probably put a mark on here. Like right now, there's a mark. That's a 1/2 inch. And this is linear in the sense that if you went ahead and moved this out, the other machine's at an angle. If I went ahead and moved this out a 1/2 inch like this, we'll just eyeball this. Usually pretty good about eyeballing stuff. Now it's got a 1 inch radius of hollow, which is, you may use that for a goalie, or that's way kind of really big. You see how this is sloppy like this? You need to go in here and tighten this up. Now it's really rigid. So the radius of hollow is where this is appearing to pivot about. So if you hold this horizontal, you can go ahead and look at a point where this tensor will hold about. Hold this vertical. If you just assume this is like a laser beam shot down, there it is on the disc. You can put a dot where it hits. And it moves when you move the disc. So if we got this vertical, go over here like this. There's about 1 inch. So I'm cutting a 1 inch radius of hollow there. Well, that's probably what the downsize is on this machine compared to the 911. It's got a 2.2 amp motor versus a 3.2. The discs on here, you can put an 8-inch disc on. You're going to have to come up with an adapter like this. The 7-inch one from Wissota, I don't know if they still sell an 8-inch one from Wissota, but this has got a 1/2 inch hub. I showed that in some other videos. This disc that came with this unit, I think it's a little bit obscure. It's a 3/8 inch thick. And then this is a 3/8 inch thick too from Wissota. That'll go on there. So you can go through. You're not going to be able to get as much cut onto here because of this only sticks out about an inch. You can put an 1/8 inch on there, like here, more conventional disc, but then you're going to have to put a hub on here. These are available on eBay, 1/2 inch to 1/4 for grinding wheels. But this has got a 5/16 on it versus 3/8. You're going to have to vary the Z height some on here. That's a 8 inch by 3/8 inch thick by 1/2 inch. You don't have to make this bloody tight. Just snug it up some. These right here, this thing here is what you move it in to get it close, so you're containing what the junk is. You could probably go ahead back through here. There's a hole. You could probably rig up a vacuum if you wanted to under here. Probably could rig something up out of sheet metal or wood or something to put some vacuum through there to pull some of the dust, or you can have a unit over here. This particular unit is going counterclockwise. The 911 goes the same direction, goes counterclockwise. Some of the other units go the other way. That really doesn't bother me which way it rotates. Some people does. This unit does have a good solid cast iron base like the 911, and there's a split in the side. You can go ahead and move this whole unit up and down if you decide to use a different thickness disc and you want to just not mess with the holder too much. There's a split. You can move the whole motor up and down on that.